questions parents, legislators, and even educators often have about online education is whether students can be as engaged and involved in an online class as they are in a regular classroom. The answer to this lies in the instructor's ability to design courses that allow for maximum online interaction between students, their instructor, and the course itself.
Interactivity in an online classroom doesn't just happen, right? It has to be a part of the design of the course. I think that has everything to do with what you ask the students to do, right? If you're just asking them to read some text and take a quiz, there's no interaction taking place, or very little.
Interactivity means that an online course is more than point and click. Students are coming into a course and they're interacting critically with the content that is there. They're never just sitting and passively learning material.
So interactivity is important because it causes engagement. If the students are engaged, then they're not going to learn.
Successful online teachers use rich media content, hands-on learning experiences, and internet communications tools to actively engage their students.
They can be interacting with some cool simulation that's teaching them some concept, but they can also be having genuine interactions and conversations with people they may have never even met and may never meet at any point in their lives.
One of the first ways to engage students is simply to recognize them as individuals, to create a personal connection.
When a course begins, I want to first make sure that kids are connected to the course and to each other so that it feels like the classroom community. I have what's called a 0 week. So during that week, they're playing 2 truths and a lie in the discussion board and sharing with me 2 truths and 1 lie, and the class guesses what that might be to help facilitate relationships.
Discussion boards and forums also enable students to engage not only with their instructor, but with each other, giving them opportunities to discuss class topics and demonstrate their command of a subject.
One of my favorite assignments has students arguing for who they believe the best poet is from a particular unit. And so I give them a variety of choices as to which poets they can choose, and then they're going into a voice board and making that argument to the rest of the class. And through that, they're able to hear each other's voices just as they would if we were in a classroom, and not only that, but to argue back.
Rich media tools can be used to allow students to creatively express their understanding of course content.
So some examples of online interactivity in my classroom would be creating Go Animates or animations, cartoons that teach the material or at least introduce the material just to kind of pull the student in right away.
Online learning can also take place away from the computer by engaging students in real-world activities.
Just because it's an online classroom doesn't mean they have to sit at a computer the whole time. So one example in a biology course I worked on recently was that the students go outside, find a green space, and revisit that space multiple times over the course of a month and see how it's changing, see what interactions they can find.
To learn more about INACOL standards for quality online teaching, visit us on the web at www.inacol.org.